Guys, it's Ebird Online, and it would seem I spoke a tad too soon. No sooner had I uploaded my video on Yve and Mohamed and all of the drama with Mohammed's cheating, than I saw this in In Touch Weekly. 90-Day Fiance's Yve and Mohamed split amid violence charges and cheating scandal. And the article starts with one word, and dunzo. I'm definitely going to have to put that in my back pocket for later use. Hilarious, dunzo. And so In Touch Weekly says Yve and Mohamed have split after less than 1 year of marriage. They're done, but they haven't yet filed for divorce. Mohamed has moved out of Yve's home in Albuquerque and is staying with 2 friends close by. Guys, I wondered to myself, who are these friends? Are these the same friends he's been messaging on Instagram? I wonder. And so guys, apparently he's been living with them since August the 14th, which is 1 day before Mohamed pressed domestic violence charges against his wife of less than a year, Yve. So apparently on August the 15th, Yve was charged with 1 count of battery against a household member and also 1 count of assault against a household member. And this is all according to court records. So initially I found this story a little bit baffling in terms of timeline. So I turned to my trusty friend, page 6. Guys, they've always got the juice. And so they're alleging that throughout the relationship, Mohamed endured emotional and physical abuse from Yve. And so it would seem that he called the officer not on the day of the assault but at some point afterwards. And he claimed that Yve becomes violent and angry when she drinks. And she's often threatened to have him sent back to Egypt. Oh dear, I hope that's not a crime, because the Ebirds often threaten the same thing. And then he further claimed he didn't call the police for help because he was afraid he would get into trouble due to his immigration status. Guys, when I read this I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but this is what happened. When the officer was at the house, Mohamed played an audio recording from July the 21st, in which Yve can be heard yelling at him that she needs help with chores around the house. Oh Mohamed, that's domestic help, not domestic violence. But the police officer said, I can hear Mohamed yelling in the background, telling Yve not to hit him again. Guys, I don't know what to say. I remember very, very vividly my little brother, let's call him Little Brat. My little brat of a brother used to wait until my parents had gone out of the room and then go, ow, ow, Emma, stop hitting me. When I hadn't even done anything. Admittedly, sometimes I did box him around the head, but I quite regularly got into trouble when he'd put on his little mini dramas. And that's what this sounds like to me. It really does. And then he said when Yve found out about his online relationship, and apparently the woman's name is Andrea, Yve, according to him, sat on top of him and put a knee to his throat to try and force him to release the phone. But guys, we already know that's not true, because at the end of the tell-all, he said, Yve asked me for my phone and I gave it to her. Which was it, Mohamed? Yve demanded the phone, you were unwilling and she grasped it from you, or you gave it to her. Interesting. And then finally, Mohamed showed the police officer pictures of text messages from Yve and a man named Mike, which he believed to be proof she was having an affair. Unfortunately, Mohamed, in America, it's not illegal to have an affair. I don't even believe that Yve was having an affair. But even if she was, it's not illegal. Why would the police need to know this? And finally, he said he moved out of their marital home on August the 14th because he was concerned that Yve was going to hit him. And so I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I have the audio from the whole altercation that Mohamed surreptitiously taped. Let's go through this bit by bit, shall we?
But I need help.
So what is your problem? I don't know.
My problem is I need help.
With what?
Everything. Do this. Help me put this away. Put the laundry away.
You can't be talking to me like that.
Okay, just help me then. You're stressing me out.
You can't talk to me
Just
like
shut
that.
up. Shut up.
You can't talk
Shut
to me
up. Leave me
like
alone. Okay, I need fucking help. I don't want you to leave, okay? Fuck. How hard is that to get through your head? You ever
If
been
I
out
wanna
with your
leave,
friends?
I wanna leave.
Go then. Fucking leave. I don't care. I'll do this shit by myself because I will anyway.
Do it yourself.
I will.
Do it.
I will do it myself.
Don't touch me.
You don't.
Okay.
Fucking, why can't you just help me? I'm so fucking stressed out. You can't even help me. You want to go to a stupid dinner with your friends. Okay,
you touch me again, it's not gonna be okay, okay?
Well, Jen, why can't you just stay? I told you I need your help.
I'm washing dishes all day long. I'm helping you with everything.
You should. You should fucking help me.
I'm helping you with your child. I'm helping you with many
That's
things.
part of being in a relationship. You should help me. I fucking took care of you for the last 2 years plus. It's not like I'm asking you to like do anything else. Fuck. So I'm sick of doing everything by my goddamn self. Okay, this house needs to be cleaned up. I don't know if a cleaner's coming tomorrow or not. You should be fucking helping me with this shit. You can out with your friends like every night when I get home from work. You see me out with my friends? No.
I can go in any time I
Go
want.
ahead! I don't care! Fucking leave! Go! I'll do this shit my damn self, just like I always have! I have other shit to do to make us money so we can actually pay fucking bills. I have like a few days to get ready for this wedding and you can't even like get a fucking clue.
And so at this point the recording abruptly ends. And this recording was done by 90 Day the Melanated Way from Instagram, so I'm going to put the link down below. So what do you guys make from that? The first thing that springs to my mind is, why are you secretly taping Yve? He must have had some plan in mind for this audio. And that's what leads me to believe that he was trying to set her up. But in addition to that, we've seen this couple argue during the season. And usually I notice two things. I notice Yve getting really upset and frustrated. And I notice that Mohammed is very calm, cool and collected. And he almost goads her. He grins at her and smiles. And I think he was trying to push her buttons for the sake of the tape. At one point she said, I don't want you to go out, I want you to help me. You go out every single night when I get home from work. And he says I can go where I want and I can do what I want. And it was during this argument that Mohammed claimed that Yve was hitting him. And you can hear some noise in the background. I'm not quite sure what it is. But it sounds as if she's, I don't know, maybe one or both of them are throwing things around or moving boxes, it sounds like. And then we hear Mohammed say, you can't hit me, Yve. That's not okay. If you hit me again, it's not okay. But I don't know. I just think there's something shady about it, although it has to be pointed out that Yve didn't deny touching him or hitting him at that point. But I've got a feeling she was so angry, she wasn't even really listening to what he was saying. And as we all know, there's quite a significant delay in the cognition of Mohammed most of the time. So I've got every reason to suspect that he had help from somebody else in putting together this dastardly little plan. Oodles and oodles of help. I don't believe for a second he acted alone. And so unsurprisingly, Yve denies the charges. And a rep for her said the domestic abuse allegations have been falsified by Mohammed. Mohammed and the woman he's been cheating with on Yve have discussed his options from the very beginning. They specifically discussed a U visa and how Mohammed could qualify for this just in case Yve found out about his indiscretions. And allegedly there's text message evidence to support the fact that they had discussed the U visa. According to her reps, Yve was not arrested on the 8th of August or the 15th of August or any other day. Yve has never been abusive towards Mohammed and she's apparently very keen to clear this chapter in her life so she can just move forward. Now I'm sure you guys know that I believe that Mohammed is so stupid it can't be fixed, but this DV story really does take the biscuit. So you get caught cheating. You fake cry and try and squeeze a few tears out, unsuccessfully. Yve sits there, quite pathetically in my opinion, and says I don't know where we go from here, and then you expect us all to believe that a week later she's suddenly launched at you and she's assaulted and battered you. Sorry, don't buy it. The timeline is most definitely off. This argument, where she was allegedly violent, was 3 days before the wedding. And if you haven't watched my video from yesterday, I'm going to link it here. Please do watch it. But in yesterday's video, Mohammed was saying he's very sorry and that he loves Yve and that he wants to fix it and he knows he's done wrong. But this was after the tell-all and after they got married, about 2 or 3 months after the tell-all. So here's my hypothesis, here's what I think went down. Mohammed got caught cheating, and he thought he could get out of it by apologising and saying he was sorry whilst he waited for his green card. I think then some sort of argument happened after that and he realised it was untenable and that he couldn't stay at Yve's, so he'd already taken the audio as a backup plan, and as soon as he left he then called the police on Yve and played them the tape. He wanted Yve on a DV charge so he could be the recipient of a U visa. Now for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically an immigration visa for victims of criminal activity. And so it's basically a visa that's set aside for people who have suffered physical or mental abuse, and it mainly covers victims of trafficking and similar crimes, but it also includes the Battered Immigrant Women's Protection Act. And so I think this is what Mohammed's angling at, because he's yet to get his actual papers through in order to stay in the country. If he can successfully convince a court that he's been the victim of abuse, he may just get given a U visa. Aside from being the village idiot, the big problem that Mohammed has is that everybody's seen the season. We've seen from the word go that you just wanted to get married quickly. You had no care for Yve. You didn't care where you got married, just as long as it was quickly. There are records of text messages which you've admitted sending to other women which say, as soon as I get my green card, I'll go straight and see my attorney. The evidence is as clear as the misogyny that runs through your blood. There's an awful lot of evidence pointing to the fact that this whole thing was a green card scam. And unless you've got physical evidence, I think, of this so-called violent act that Yve managed to perpetrate on you, I think, Mohammed, you're skating on very thin ice. But guys, things get even more convoluted. So allegedly, Mohammed tells In Touch Weekly yet again. They've got all the tea. And again, I'll link the articles that I'm referring to below in information. But Mohammed is alleging that he saw texts between Yve and another man, and it's his belief that Yve was cheating on him, and that's why he left the home. Mohammed, if Yve had another man, any other man, even bloody Big Ed, do you think she'd bother with you? Do you think? Of course she didn't have another man. Don't be so ridiculous. And guys, of course, a rep for Yve is completely denying all of these claims. And they claim the texts that he found were from someone that Yve was looking to for protection, as she was scared to go out alone due to Mohammed's erratic behaviour. So let's just pause for a minute and think about all of this. Mohammed got caught cheating by Yve. Mohammed cries a cry of the tearless variety and says he loves Yve and he wants it all to work. Yve says she's not sure what the future holds, which as we all know is shorthand for I'm about to forgive him, but I don't want to appear as weak as I actually am. And then a week later, Mohammed breaks into Yve's Apple phone and discovers alleged texts from a lover, and then Yve allegedly assaults Mohammed. Why? If she was going to fly off the handle, surely she would have done it at the moment she found the texts. She's unlikely to have done it a week later, when you allegedly discover that she's cheating. Now this whole story does get quite confusing until you remember that Mohammed's a fucking liar. Now none of us know who's an abuser and who isn't. I guess we'll just have to watch it play out in court, but I'm extremely sceptical of anything Mohammed says. No, in fact, scratch that. I'm extremely sceptical of everything Mohammed says. Now, we've all had a season of listening to the ridiculous outpourings of Mohammed, but this whole story is as incoherent as it is ridiculous. And guys, although I shouldn't, I do feel sorry for Yve. She was the perfect prey for Mohammed. He littered his Instagram with pictures of him at the gym. And when he contacted her and said, "Oh wow, you're amazing, you're gorgeous," she felt extremely flattered. And I think unfortunately, because she has a son with learning disabilities, she's had a very rough time of it, and I think she clung on for dear life because she thought, this is my last chance. And she wanted to believe everything Mohammed said, but in her heart of hearts, she knew she didn't. That's why she couldn't tell any of her squad anything about Mohammed prior to him coming over, because she knew good and well they'd dig into it. The truth be told, I knew it was all over when he tried to convince her to drink less. My great auntie Doreen, God rest her soul, told me at a very young age, if anyone ever tells you to drink less, stop talking to them, effective immediately. Why? Because you don't need that sort of negativity in your life, and you know what? She was completely right. It's very clear to me that Mohammed's got the sort of personality that would make you want to drink more. So I guess my basic point here is that his personality was incompatible with his religion. But yes, that's about everything. I think the real loser from this whole story is probably going to be Yve's son, Theron, who does seem to have a nice relationship with Mohammed, and I think it's a big shame to discombobulate him with this shit show of a relationship. Yve, 3 days before your wedding was when this argument happened. Wasn't that a big enough clue to tell you this person is no help? This person is going to get worse when we're married. Or even if he just stays the same, that's bad enough. So I have to conclude that you only had yourself to blame for going through with this wedding. You didn't have to do it. So guys, let me know what you think about this story. Do you think that Yve was aggressive with Mohammed? Do you think the argument is tantamount to emotional abuse? Or do you think, as I do, that Mohammed cooked all of this up so he could get his U visa? But I think I can speak for everybody when I say the most shocking part of this story is the fact that Sparkles, aka Jibri, was once again proven wrong. In the tell-all, he said he believed in the relationship and he thought it was definitely true love. But guys, when he said this, look at the response from both Mohammed and Yve. Yep, that's right. Even they didn't believe it. Right guys, I've got to go. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I think next I'm going to be discussing Jibri in the tell-all, as I found his rantings quite amusing. So please hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss that video. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you guys so much for listening. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.